Hey folks, in case you have not guessed, you're now watching Crowd Surfing with Craig, Sundance, and Officer Ron Gardner. Sundance is the horse. I might look like the horse, but Sundance is the actual horse. How about that? We're at the Special Kid Rodeo for Ogden Pioneer Days. We're going to go in and talk to people. We're going to meet some nice folks, and you're going to get a glimpse at the 2016 contestants for Miss Rodeo Utah, of which Ron is not. Is it 2017?
2017 is Rodeo Utah.
It's 2017. Sorry, guys. So set your clocks ahead. 2017, because Cassidy Black right there is Miss Rodeo Utah 2016. Come on in. Should we go in, Sundance? Yeah? He says yeah. Cool.
Hey!
Okay, you guys out there, wake up, because you are in the presence of royalty. That's right. The current Miss Rodeo Utah, Miss Cassidy Black, standing right here.
How
Cassidy?
are you?
Good? All good. Better now, that's for sure.
Oh, good.
I'm standing by you. But we are at the Special Kids Rodeo in Ogden as part of the Ogden Pioneer Day celebration. What would you say to somebody who doesn't even know what this is about, Cassidy?
The Special Needs Rodeo is such a great event. It's my favorite event. I've been coming to Ogden Pioneer Day since I was a little girl. And
Little girl,
like baby girl.
Like 3 inches.
Like,
she was serious. She was like this.
just a little girl. And this is my favorite event because it gives these children an opportunity to participate in an event that they probably have never even had the opportunity to. And it's safe, and it's fun, and it's interactive. We have Sundance, the dancing horse. We have horseback riding lessons. We have a rodeo clown. We have anything and everything. So it's a great event.
You know, it takes a lot of people to make a rodeo work, and there's a lot of people behind the scenes you may never even see, including this guy right here. He actually helps out with the rodeo, and especially with the Special Kids Rodeo. So introduce yourself, tell them what you do, who you are, all that kind of stuff. You're staring at me like a deer in the headlights. Did you see that look? I mean, seriously, that was blank. He thinks I'm making this all up, and I'm not. That's him.
No, I'm not going to do this.
He's not going to.
You're not going to put me through this.
Okay, we won't. Go.
Okay.
You know, one of the really good things about Special Kids Rodeo is the children have a chance to ride an actual horse, a real horse.
A real one.
A real horse. And if you take a look behind us right there, you'll see that they're being escorted around. And I've just been introduced to Patty.
Yes.
Hello, Patty. I'm
Hi.
Craig. How are
Nice
you?
to meet you.
Who is with Freedom Riders,
Yes.
if I'm correct, right?
Yes.
And that's what the shirt says and everything.
Yeah.
So tell us about Freedom Riders. Look at the camera and explain, what is Freedom Riders?
Okay. Freedom Riders, it's been going for 40 years. I've been involved for the last 30. And it is a horseback riding program for disabled children, ages 3 to 18.
We also have the current Miss Rodeo Utah contestants who are walking around, right?
Yes, we have 5 beautiful girls that are vying for this beautiful crown and this beautiful belt buckle.
This beautiful crown
This
right
beautiful
here.
crown and this beautiful buckle.
And that belt
Yes.
buckle and all that. But
Yeah.
are you telling them back off right now? Because it's yours for a while.
Oh yeah, until December it's mine. I'll actually have an opportunity to go compete at Miss Rodeo America.
But you and I will just stand here and chat. Sure, it's a nice night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great night. Great night for kids rodeo. And
Great night for a Special Kids
Special
Rodeo.
Needs Kid Rodeo.
You know, I see you here all the time, and I never really understand what it is you do for the rodeo. What is it that you do for the
I
special?
follow Bev around and try to keep her happy, because when Bev's happy, the whole rodeo,
world is happy.
The whole rodeo is happy.
She's not that tough to make happy, though, is she? I mean, really?
Oh, really?
Really?
How's your wife to make happy?
I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, you know.
Let's just say it's comparable to building a pyramid in Egypt.
Exactly.
You know what I
One
mean?
block at a time.
Yeah, we have suffered, have we not, brother? We have suffered.
Deep and deep.
We have suffered.
It's the one thing that they get to do that when they're up on a horse, they're just like you and me. You know, I mean, they just live life like we do up on a horse.
Yeah.
And it gives them experience of the walking, because so many of them come in wheelchairs, walkers, crutches, and because it's a program for physically disabled. And so we're just proud that we've been able to do this for so many years. Steve Spencer started it 40 years ago, and it's just continued all these years.
I'll bet there's people out there that wonder, what does Miss Rodeo Utah do? I mean, what do you do?
We are the first lady of rodeo in Utah. So not only do we get to promote the greatest sport on dirt, but we get to promote the greatest state. We get to go to different states outside of Utah, and we get to educate people on rodeo. We get to help sponsorships. We get to interact with different people, and we are an educator and a social media person for rodeo.
Really? Mm-hmm. I believe it, because look how good you are at this. I mean, look at how. Is it important to preserve our rodeo heritage? What do you think?
Exactly.
Is it?
Exactly.
Yeah? Yeah, you want to make sure that people still buy horse trailers and all that other stuff, right?
Everything.
There you go. There you go. Did anybody ever tell you you are a great television interviewer?
Yes, I am.
I think we'll go over there and talk to one of the Miss Rodeo Utah.
Yeah.
We've talked to the clown.
Yeah. Yeah, go talk to Bev.
And some of them have never been on a horse, and so it's just a real exciting moment for them to experience being on a horse and having such a fun time, something that they can do.
And she is not kidding in the least, folks. If you could see the smiles of the kids getting off of these horses, it is wonderful. But here's an added bonus, something I just noticed the last time I was here.
Okay.
I've always seen the kids coming off and they're smiling and they're happy and all of that. But what it does for their support system, their parents and their brothers and sisters and friends that are standing around in a circle watching them, that I noticed a couple of times ago that I was here. That's a whole bonus within itself.
Oh, yeah.
You're making a lot of people.
Yeah, the support, I mean, this is more than just, a physical activity for them. I mean, this is socialization. It strengthens them, so it's what they call hippotherapy, where they're actually getting some bonus from it.
Okay, so here's a question for you. Okay. So you travel all around and all that, and you are Miss Rodeo Utah. So how many times a day do you get asked out by men?
None. Rodeo is my boyfriend.
Seriously, no guy ever comes up and says, I mean,
I will have a couple, especially in airports when there's really nothing to do. Those are the ones that no, just kidding. But yeah, it just gives me another opportunity to educate them about rodeo. And rodeo queens can't have a boyfriend right now. The rodeo is their boyfriend.
You gotta wait. Hear that out there, young eligible men? You gotta wait, but it'll be worth the wait. What would a rodeo be without a rodeo clown? And there he is, right there,
right
folks.
here in person, right now.
Here in person. Either that, or you just do not know how to apply makeup. You're one of those two things.
I've been working on it real hard.
So we have.
But see, I need to get her to give me lessons.
You know what? She actually does that for a living.
I know her.
I do.
I'm waiting for a haircut too.
Well, I know a good hairdresser.
And in case you folks out there watching do not know, that is Cheyenne Lowe, who is right now the first attendant to Miss Rodeo Ogden and a candidate for Miss Rodeo Utah.
Right on, huh?
That's me.
Almost every year I'll have new volunteers come up to me and say, I thought I was going to be giving so much. And then they come up to me and say, but I'm the one that's getting so much. And that's what the whole program's about.
Yeah.
Is that these volunteers, all the ones that bring their horses every week, that's no easy thing, coming down from the mountains in with your horses. They bring their horses, the other ones just come, and everyone's just all together. It's just a real team effort to make these kids have a real special time.
Yeah. It blows me away that you said, when in the airport when there's nothing else to do. So there's a guy sitting there and he's like, well, there's nothing else to do. I can't find my Pokemon Go, and I guess I'll just go talk to a beautiful young woman. I mean,
there's nothing else. The phone dies. Might as well strike up a conversation.
Do you think it's important that we keep rodeo tradition alive? I mean, really, look me in the eye and tell me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I have been raised around the Western lifestyle, whether it was working on the ranch or rodeo. And I know in 10 to 15 years, I want to do that. I want to raise my kids in this lifestyle because it teaches hard work. It teaches dedication. It teaches you how to lose graciously and how to win graciously. So it gives a good, solid foundation, and it's a natural high. You don't have to go out and drink or do drugs. You get the natural high out in that arena.
And the rodeo.
Rodeo.
So did you lose before you won?
Oh, I've lost too many times. I've lost more than I've won. But winning, you either learn something or you win something, and it's always a life lesson.
One or the other. But you got to introduce yourself. People out there don't know who you are.
All right, I am Val Byram. I'm a professional rodeo clown. I live in South Weaver, Utah. I had to hang it up though due to injuries, but I still like to come and hang out with the kids. they'd like to get in my barrel. We'll even get this old feller in there one day.
Yeah, I got in there
Yeah,
once,
we
and
did.
you rolled me around,
We did.
and I was never the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Now
had to
you
go.
got an excuse.
I had to go on disability. You know, it was pretty.
Good.
It was pretty tough. I'm really not a rodeo person. Now Cheyenne actually is.
She grew up in it. I knew her dad real well.
She grew up in the can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not quite the can, but I'd say the arena dirt.
I
That's
met in
for
the
sure.
clan.
Yeah, you can't just use any old horse for this,
I know.
right? I mean,
No.
what do you folks do? What do you look for in
Okay.
a horse to make sure that you're getting the right horse for
Yeah,
this?
it's got to be temperament and everything. Every April, we have what we call a horse training day on a Saturday. And so anyone who's bringing a horse that has never been in the program comes, and then we test them. And we have experts. We have our nationally certified instructor is also a veterinarian. And they are tested very, very broadly about what they can handle. One of the main things is they've got to be able to come in that ramp and not act up.
So there's probably a young lady out there, a little girl watching this at this moment, and she's probably thinking, oh, maybe I'll run for Miss Rodeo Utah someday. What would you say to her? I'd look at her right there and tell her.
I would say follow your heart and dream as big as you can and as high as you can. But you'd also have to work hard. So work hard, dream big, and always be yourself.
That was beautiful. You forgot just one thing.
What?
They need to watch Comcast On Demand and crowd surfing.
How could I forget?
That's right. That's right.
Watch Comcast and crowd surfing.
Very important. From Miss Rodeo Utah right here, Cassidy Black. Who you know what, guys? I'm sorry to say this, but I just love this girl.
I just love Craig.
I just love this girl. I really do. I've known her a long time. So, Cassidy, thank you for your time.
Thank you. It was.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
And sincerely. How long you been rodeoing?
I'd say before I was even born, my mom was a professional barrel racer, and so was my dad, a professional bareback rider. So been going hard ever since I was little.
And you want to be Miss Rodeo Utah, and why?
I love Utah. Have you ever been so homesick that you just want to go back home to Utah? I just love everything about it, and to be a representative of rodeo would be the biggest dream of my entire life.
They toss balls, bean bags in the buckets and hit the little animals. Do you see what I mean? So these horses have to be used to this activity around their faces and bodies, and if they're hit with one, are they going to freak out? So these horses are tested very carefully, even the ones that come year after year after year. They have to come to this training to make sure that their horses are still have the ability. Once in a blue moon through the years, we've had a horse that says, I'm done. I'm done. But it's so rare. All these horses that we've had, they've been coming for years and years.
Look at these two nice people that I just ran into, Lance and then Carly. And Carly, if you don't know, is one of our Miss Rodeo Utah contestants this year. Wow, you got stuff all over your head. Carly, tell them more about yourself. What's your last name is, because I can't remember. Is it Priest?
Piercy.
Piercy.
Carly Piercy.
Yeah.
I'm from South Jordan, Utah.
Yeah?
And I'm going to Weber, so I actually make this drive every Tuesday and Thursday, so it's not too far for me.
We left her in Oklahoma City one day, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Are you
Ran
serious?
National Circuit Finals. I got stopped there on the airplane, couldn't get through, and had to stay there for 7 hours.
I had to get on to leave her
He
there.
left me. Can you believe that?
Oh, no, I know. Oh, that's it. Get out of here.
Yeah,
We're
but-
leaving you now. You left this young lady? Who'd be defending her?
Well, she can take care of herself.
Well, I believe that. I believe that. But I would think that, any young lady in an airport would want somebody, dressed like this to defend her,
Under all of this makeup, he's pretty tough.
Without these gentle horses and the owners, we wouldn't have a program. So,
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So, in short, those horsies right back there that you're looking at are probably the nicest horsies on the planet right at this moment. They're some of the
they'll
greatest
tolerate
ones.
everything because they have to tolerate, kids that are, bouncing around and like I say, the toys that bounce on their bodies and seeing things fly past their eyes,
All that stuff.
And they just walk along like nothing. They're just so used to it,
Well, this is
but we can tell which ones aren't going to work.
Yes.
And so once in a while, a new horse will come in and we'll say, sorry, it's not going to work.
This is not our horse. Yeah. And you are vying to be Miss Rodeo Utah this year. Why? Why do you want to be Miss Rodeo Utah?
I love being a rodeo queen. This is the stuff I live for.
Yeah?
I love volunteering my time. Hey! Hey,
She is not.
I'm just a
She's
little
not.
weird. No, I just love the Western way of life, and rodeo queening is my way of giving back to the community, and rodeo's in my blood, and it's just something I live for.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's in her blood. You.
Hey, you like it too. You like riding horses. I seen you over there, cowboy.
Yeah, but not in my blood.
Yeah, that's very true.
I think it is. Now, where did you go for rodeo? Did you go everywhere in the United States when you did it?
I clown mostly the western part of the United States, Montana, Idaho, Nevada, Oregon, Washington, California,
Yeah.
Utah.
Did you get injured in the line of duty, or
Yes.
yeah?
Yeah, that just comes with the territory.
Does it?
It just comes with the turf. So
Yeah, you get hurt once in a while.
once in a while you get banged up. The worst part is when the bull comes over and they'll drop a leg down in the barrel.
Yeah.
And hit you on top of the head or on the shoulder. That's the worst part.
Yeah, I can imagine that being really.
I think
Actually,
the worst part is probably taking off this makeup. That's probably the worst part. He probably has a good secret to that.
you need to consult with Cheyenne because she can tell you the right kind of cold cream or
Yeah.
or whatever it is that you can use to
Yeah, I
make you
just
get that.
I use sand and water.
Sand and water.
A good sandblasting at the end of the night, huh?
You betcha.
Well, this is the really important part then, is how can people help out there? You know, we got a whole audience out there watching television right now.
Oh, my goodness.
How can they help you? What can they do? How can they get involved?
Well, we do have a website, freedomridersutah.com, and they can learn a little bit about it, but they can always call me. My number's on the website to see if they want to be a volunteer. Of course, we'd love to have anyone who wants to volunteer. We always need them. We always need volunteers. We get new ones every year, and then and we never have enough.
Right.
So we never have enough. They love it. We love it. It really. Being with this program for the past 30 years is just, it just means everything to me.
Yep.
Because there's so much camaraderie and everybody's just working together to make this a successful program.
So the bottom line
So
is,
bottom line, if they want to
yeah,
go
if
to
you've
our
got a
website.
nice horse out there and you want to become involved, come and do it because you're going to do something nice for the kids, and better yet, you're going to do something nice for you.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
something nice for Patty, who seems like
it.
a super nice person. I gotta
Thanks.
tell you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for your time. Right back there,
Sure
guys,
enough.
the Freedom Riders.
Yeah, Freedom Riders.
This is the Special Kid Rodeo, in case the folks out there don't know. This is a chance to give children with special needs a chance to participate in rodeo activities and all that. And they are escorted. Every one of them has their own escort, including
Their own
Lance has
rodeo
got
queen.
one with Carly right here.
Yep.
Isn't that nice? Carly's
Carly.
right here. What would either of you guys say to, some of our viewers out there watching that are thinking about doing rodeo, maybe, young kids and all that? What would you say?
It's really a super sport to get involved in. I just don't think there's a better route to go. The family and rodeo, everybody will help everybody.
Yeah.
You're going down the road and you see a guy broke down on the side of the road, you pull over and you help him.
Yeah.
And it's just a great way to make a living.
Yep. The only thing is you don't help rodeo queens stranded in airports,
Well,
apparently, because we just heard that story.
He doesn't.
You know what? You can hardly swing a tree limb around this place without hitting a Miss Rodeo Utah contestant, because they're everywhere. But please don't hit anybody with a tree limb, and don't just completely forget that Craig even said that. I have got McKaylee here, who is running for Miss Rodeo Utah this year. And McKaylee, I'll let you introduce yourself. Kind of tell them a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you're doing right now, why you want to be Miss Rodeo Utah, because we need to know. That's something we absolutely need to know. Why do you want to be Miss Rodeo Utah?
Yes. So I am Kaylee Richens. I am from Colville, Utah, and it's a very little small town, and the current Miss Rodeo Utah is from Colville, so I grew up with her, and she is my idol. Like, that's what I want to strive for.
Well, Carly, what would you say to any girl out there that's thinking about queening?
I just want to inspire all of them to follow their dreams. Anything is possible. I'm a first-generation cowgirl, so when I was Lance's age or any of these kids' age, I didn't have horses. So a little hard work and dedication, anything is possible, and I can't wait to try out for the title of Miss Rodeo Utah to make that dream come true.
Yeah, it starts in about 6 days, so you
Next
got to get
Wednesday.
ready. You got to get ready, girl.
I'm ready.
You got to get real. Well, we've all got our fingers. All you people out there, cross your fingers for Carly, would you? Because she wants to be Miss Rodeo Utah, and
she's
I think
very
she'd make a
weird.
fine one.
And
Despite
I'm very
what
weird.
Lance thinks.
Thanks, Lance. Thank you.
Cheyenne, what would you say? Young
I-
girls out there thinking about queening or riding, what would you tell them?
I don't think there is anything wrong with wanting to be a rodeo queen. For one, maybe your dad needs to be a horseshoer. That's what my dad always says, because it's a little pricey. But other than that, I think it's a great way to be involved with agriculture and get your foot in the door to be around animals and give back to the community. It's really a fun deal, and I really enjoy it.
Yep.
Sorry, I stepped over to the side to take a picture of you guys. Well, there you have it, folks. From the first attendant to Miss Rodeo Ogden, maybe your very next Miss Rodeo Utah. Her, not him.
Fingers.
He's out. He's out.
He hopes so, right?
He's completely out. And we
Yes.
hope you'll come to the Ogden Pioneer Days Rodeo every night. We got 5 nights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please come every night.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Every night.
I'm
we'll
not
see
in
you
the
there.
I'm not in the barrel, but I'm at the rodeo. So,
Awesome.
all right, thanks.
Awesome. Holy mackerel, yet another candidate for Miss Rodeo Utah. But she also happens to be Miss Rodeo Ogden. This is Savannah Steed. Savannah, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank
I'll
you.
bet you are. Are you getting nervous? The competition's in 5 days or
Yes,
something?
a little bit nervous.
Yeah?
Excited
Yeah?
though.
So tell us a little bit, look in the camera and tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you're from, what you like to do when you're not rodeo queening. I don't know what your favorite kind of milkshake is, whatever.
Okay, perfect. So like you said, my name's Savannah Steed, and I live in far west Utah, so close to Ogden.
Hey, crowd surfing fans, guess what? I found one more contestant for Miss Rodeo Utah 2017. This is McKenna right here. McKenna, how are you tonight?
I'm good, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. We all are crossing our fingers for you out there. I'm serious. We want
thanks.
you to win. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Tell us where you're from, what you like to do when you're not queening, all that stuff.
All right, well, I'm from Morgan, Utah, and something that I love to do when I'm not queening is I love anything outdoors. And one of the biggest things that I have done recently is snowmobiling. That is a new thing that
Wait a minute, recently? This is July.
Yeah, I know,
This is July. No,
Well,
it
this
hasn't
past
been
year-
recently. Oh,
well,
okay, good.
This past winter. It's been pretty recent for me, okay? Snowmobiling's not easy. And yeah, my whole family is starting to get into it, and we go on big family trips up there, and we go camping all the time, and really just anything that has to do with my family and the outdoors, I love.
I want to be Miss Rodeo Utah because I want to be an ambassador for rodeo, and everyone has ties back to their pioneer heritage, and everyone loves family, and that's what rodeo is all about. Everyone loves their family and has that pioneer heritage, and this is actually my first year trying out for Miss Rodeo Utah. I just graduated from high school.
Wow.
So this is really exciting and nerve-wracking, but I am excited for next week to come.
I am going to school at Utah State University right now, majoring in communicative disorders. And I want to be Miss Rodeo Utah because for many reasons, but one of them being I really love events like this, where you get to see little kids and interact with individuals who really look up to us rodeo queens, and I'd love to be in the position to be able to make an influence in their lives.
Yeah, and what are you going to do if you become Miss Rodeo Utah? Are you going to take a year off school, or what? Do you have to do that?
So I will take a year off after I've received my bachelor's degree and reign as Miss Rodeo Utah and prepare for Miss Rodeo America. And so it is pretty time consuming, so it requires all of your time. But so I will take a year off.
Well, we want you to be Miss Rodeo Utah, then we want you to be Miss Rodeo America, and then Miss Rodeo World, and then Miss Rodeo Universe, and then
Maybe. I'm unaware of those contests, but maybe.
but you could go farther than that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How long have you been queening and into the rodeo lifestyle?
This is something that I have been fortunate to do my entire life. I remember going over to my grandpa's when I was just little, and we would go and we would ride his horses, and that's what got me hooked.
Wow. So it's been a while.
It's been a long while.
I mean, when you say when I was little, you're only like 20 years old. So,
Okay,
it's like if I said when I was little, that's like 40 years ago. But that's not that long for you.
Well, it still feels like a long time, goodness. But
I say. Well, what would you say to girls out there that are thinking about maybe getting into queening and want to get into rodeo, and maybe they want to be Miss Rodeo Utah someday? What would you say to them?
Go for it. I mean, I truly believe that you can do anything that you set your mind to. If it's something that you want to do, there is nothing that is stopping you except you. So go do it. I mean, it's something that is totally achievable for anybody.
A girl from little old Colville. How about that? Colville is very little. They recently had the whole town carpeted, I heard. You know,
Yes.
it's that small.
Seriously.
I mean, they can do that.
Yes, I had 80 kids in my graduating class.
80 kids
80.
in the graduating
Yes.
class. Wow, that's actually bigger than I thought.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say I had 8 kids in the
8?
graduating
Yes.
class. Well, we're all wishing you luck. All those people
you.
out there right now, I can see them crossing their fingers for you.
Yes.
And they want you to be Miss Rodeo Utah. And good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Where do you get vests like that? I want one.
Yes.
I must have one.
My mother would love to make you one.
Are you serious?
Yes, gold, silver, whatever color you want.
Both.
Okay.
I want both.
You got 'em. You got
There's
it.
McKaylee, another contestant for Miss Rodeo Utah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what do you like to do when you're not rodeo queening? Do you have hobbies? Or you play archery or something? I mean,
I don't play archery, but I was a goat tyer in high school, so I'm pretty involved in rodeo. I'm outside of rodeo queening. I was a goat tyer and a barrel racer, so I really enjoy that. But I work right now as a behavioral therapist for autistic individuals, so any time that I can interact with individuals with special needs is truly a joyful time for me. I consider that one of my hobbies because I really enjoy that.
so this has got to be great because we're at the Special Kid Rodeo, and this is your gig, man. This is what you
Yes,
do.
it's fantastic.
This is what you do. Well, that's cool. What sort of advice would you have for anybody out there that wants to be Miss Rodeo Ogden or Miss Rodeo Utah? Something like that. What would you tell them?
Well, anything's possible. I remember when I was a small child, I was incredibly shy and very nervous to talk to people. And a rodeo queen can't really be that way. But anything's possible. I came from being a very shy person to being able to represent the sport that I love and I'm passionate about. So if you can find your passion and find what you truly love, anything is possible.
Go. Find your passion. Go.
Do it.
Right, just like that. Thank you, Savannah. We're all wishing you good luck. Everybody, even that guy, see that guy right there on the couch? He's especially wishing you good luck.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. And you know what? All of you folks out there, send her good vibes. Send her good vibes because the competition is in like 5 days.
Yeah.
It's coming right around the corner, and she
Came up
wants
quick.
to win, and I think she's got a good shot at it. What do you guys think? Say yes? Well, they said yes. See that guy right out there? He said
I
yes.
saw him.
There
Thank
you go. Well, but very good, folks. Thanks for joining Crowd Surfing tonight. I'm your host, Craig Bielik. We're at the Ogden Pioneer Day Special Kid Rodeo with McKenna and a whole bunch of other people, and we got to let her go because she has official duties here. She really is supposed to be taking care of all kinds of things, and we're bothering her.
Oh, not at all. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. We'll see you next time.